A letter'd be really useful here, because then I could use the thread the needle. But do what we can to try and weaken these guys. Yeah, you're not... Actually, if I back you up... They seem to... Yeah, there we go. I got an achievement. Yay. That should not be my priority, I'm aware of this. Yeah, whichever one you target gets to... Yeah, kill this guy. Because if you kill this guy, the guy that's remaining has got 4, can attack Avon, but will only do 1 damage. And then we'll probably get attacked. Or we'll destroy his armor, I think. And someone else gets the kill, admittedly. There you go. And Ivor went down again. But he got a promotion. Hey. Grand. This town is nothing but ghosts, and now covered in more dredge bodies too. Remarkably, as you're about to leave, you find an old man sitting quietly in a tattered market stall, with a couple of items in front of him. He comes to himself as if nothing were wrong, and seems to be in shock. Your clansmen gather him into the caravan before you leave. Couldn't I just... Oh. There's none available. Only got 5 days' food. I seem to be making a lot of bad decisions today. Maybe using Nid not the best idea. We need to rest. Just get our morale back up. They don't have the villages on the map, which I think part of me likes, because it's like, oh yay, we just found a village. But sometimes I don't like it because it's absolutely terrifying. Like, oh, how are we going to get all the way down here? We're not going to make it. We won't rest another day, but we'll just head off at this point. Kind of happy music. Oh yeah, weak morale again. Probably could have rested. The caravan consists of more clansmen than you ever expected. Accusations of stolen chickens, missing heirlooms, and concerns over daughters' virtues are the sorts of things you hear relentlessly. Even fighters complain of spreading too thin to protect everyone. We can carry on, put up with it. We can just split the caravan, you know. I mean, that's what they always say when you're doing an RPG game, is always split the party. They always said. Tried to keep people useful and too busy for petty squabbles. I think if we form a council... Yeah, we'll do that, form a council to handle these problems. You select a few older members to solve everyday issues, but infighting neuters their progress. Other members feel they could do a better job. Ultimately, while it buys some time, the council dissolves, tired of the thankless and demanding work. Yay! Politics achieves nothing. Some capacity, it's accurate. Oh, another godstone. Increased morale would be nice. Oh, is that a person? Yeah, can I have some morale? Morale would be good. The godstone for Ingrid, goddess of knowledge, looks on as the caravan takes a much-needed rest. Ivor shoos some children away from a solitary dredge slinger lying dead beneath a stone. Oh, it was a dredge. Should we be worried about that? You ask Ivor, pointing to the dredge body. I don't think so, he replies. Still, couldn't hurt to have a few guards look around. I will inspect the godstone. You always do that. Ingrid's godstone is carved with ancient runes which don't make much sense to you, though Eyvind tells you some of the menders have deciphered them. It's how the menders learned the language of the gods. Past the largest stone, a long series of slabs contain more writing all the way down the hill. The odd thing he tells you is that the writing occasionally changes depending on who is reading it. Usually it describes the history of the gods, but it can be about nearly any topic. Sadly, Eyvind doesn't know how to read it himself. Juno could, he says. We'll pack up and move on then. As you're ready to depart, you hear screams from near the main godstone. The same boys so curious about the dead dredge before are shrieking and pointing. For a moment you think it must not have been dead, but then you see that they have opened a wrapping that was in the dredge's hands. Wait, says Ivar, his arm across your chest. This shouldn't be seen. Get everyone away. A chill sweeps over you. Alette pushes past and gasps. Stop! Shouts Ivar, but the curious onlookers have already seen it. Seen what? Leave it. On the ground before the dead sling is a small stony figure, its hands searching for something it can't find. That's... a baby. That dredge is a woman? We've been killing women. We've been slaughtering women and children this whole time? Leaving them to die? In a war, it's only the males who fight. We've been fighting these dredge the whole way. Why are women and children on their backs attacking us? They're not invading. They're running. Everyone stops dead in their tracks. The entire caravan is gathered around, aghast. When I spoke to Juno, she told me something was coming. She didn't know what. A darkness, something black, is covering the world, and the dredge are running from it just as we're running from them. The serpent, the quake, it's all the beginning of the end. Ivar, you knew. Why? Why didn't you say something? I'm not going to shout at him, because we're friends, and I'm meant to be the diplomatic-y, leadery one. We're doomed. Ivar? When I was young, I killed one of the Sundra during the Second Great War. We called it raise. Every time we would build our defences, it would flatten them and push us back again. I became separated from the rest of the Val and stumbled upon Rees deep in a snowstorm, alone. She was nursing. I threw my axe, it twisted in the wind. Her son died in her arms. She was so pathetic, kneeling in the snow. She didn't even try to stop me when I took her head. That's how I killed the Sundra. When I found my way to Grofheim, the Val wanted to make me Kendra, next to be king. I left. Walked until I ended up in Skogra, where no one knew what I'd done. The only sound is the wind blowing through the trees. And that's why Bella was going after him. I assume Bella was the father. For a long time, nobody says a thing until a child breaks a silence. What do we do with the baby? She asks. A lump forms in your throat, looking at the small obsidian creature squirming before you. So, we can put it to the vote, insist on taking it, insist on leaving it behind. We can stay out of this one. Right. If we leave it... there's a good chance it's going to die. If we leave it, there's a possibility that the dredge will find it and save it. The thing is, I think I don't know what 4 would do. I'm not sure what 1 would do. This is the problem. Do I think we should take it or leave it? It's a dredge. But it's a child. I'm primarily at the moment. I'm wondering between one or two. Do I allow them? Do I put it to a vote, or do I just say we should take it? Bring it with us. The thing is, I'm not sure. We don't know how to look after it. Is the problem. I don't know what to do. Because I think, right, because if we put it to the vote, what's going to happen? Okay, I'm going to insist we take it with us. You argue strongly for showing mercy and humanity. Some of the women in the caravan hesitantly agree to take in the dredge infant, while others are furious about bringing it along. Not long afterwards, one of the women comes by. Its swaddling was being held by this, she says, giving you a hairpin that looks distinctly undredge-like. An inscription on the silver almost slips your notice. Persevere. From the goddess herself. From the goddess herself, if you ask me, the woman tells you. Weak morale! People disagreed. I probably should have put it to the vote, but... Okay, oh right, so we're back there, although we're... Yeah, I don't know. I think we'll rest. Try and get our morale back up. Okay, that was a mistake. We have no food. And I don't think we've got any ways of really getting it back. Come on. You're making the usual rounds when you hear a rather loud debate coming from the area that Varl have gathered. Ivor joins you as you approach. If anyone, like a scout, you know where food is, please, that'd be useful. Ubin, you'd rather be known for falling asleep and dying in the corner of a meat house than battling a Sundra. No, I'd rather be known for not dying. Don't even know what you're worried about. I did this 100 times in the Great Wars. Take some warriors, plough head first into the dredge. They follow you into the hills, get lost. Now they're not following you. When you did this 100 times, did they have Bellower leading them? Have you never heard about the time I hit Bellower in the head with a throwing axe? What's this about? Careful, my friend. A lot of old history getting thrown around here. The warriors were just noting that there's a damn good number of dredge on our asses. Bellower pulling up the rear. This one thinks he can just wander up there and throw them off our tracks. How about some these voices are merging together at once. I thought you'd be happy to finally be oldest Varl in the land, Ubin. I'm never happy to lose more Varl, Krumra. Besides, I'm not convinced you're really older than me. Nobody's going anywhere. Ah, that might work on Ivor, little one. I'm not asking you for your blessing. In the old days, I'd already be halfway to the battlefield by now. Speaking of which, are you coming, Ingvar? You could ask Bellower for your arm back. I don't think so. Not exactly in the mood right now. Alright then, I'll tell Hadrabog you said hello. Cromwell and a good many Varl warriors head out towards the growing army of dredge. Is he going to come back? He always has before. But this time feels different, I fear. People are dying. We're out of food. People are going off to prove that they can fight the dredge. We have no morale. Oh dear. Unnar, the quirky old man with the leather headband, said, okay, if there's one thing I know better than women and men, it's women and mead. It's, well, he smiles, well, nothing. But I know when a group could use some help. Just nod and let Aldenar make everything better. No questions now. What are you talking about? Oh, what? Oh, right. Oh, I shouldn't have done that. Aldenar smiles fades. I said no questions, and what's the first thing out of your mouth? He shakes his head and shouts, Forget it! Forget the lot of you! He storms off, and the next day there is no trace of his whereabouts. Yeah. That was my immediate reaction, and I'm guessing it's... If I go back... Is this before? Probably. It's probably right now, isn't it? Worth a try. Ah, well. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, I'm not going back to the beginning of chapter 6 to get through that. That would be stupid. But yeah, I should have just gone, yeah, we need any help we can get. Gather round, doubters, echoes a shout in the distance, as Crumra and his band of warriors break through nearby foliage. And behold the invincible Val! The caravan is thrilled to see Crumra return safely. Did the plan work? Asks Hubin. Work! Responds Crumra. Of course it worked. Same old dredge. Should be another day or two at least before they even find themselves. And if you apologize, I'll tell you how I found these, Crumra says, tossing you a pair of leather gloves that look big enough for a Val. He leads in close, whispering so Ubin can't hear. Had something to do with a raven's nest and a hair tie. Dundra's hand. So we gained some morale, which we're about to lose when we run out of food.
As Sigurholm approaches, we fear the worst. The once calm lake surrounding it now looks like a bowl that has been flipped. Proud homes sinking into muddy water. A side effect of the quake. What has the rest of the world become on the other side of those mountains?
Oh, this looks like a mess.